The Royal Marines is here, and then there's the parading of the hounds, parading of the sheep, cattle, horses, all right, and pigs as well. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah.
Could I explain what the county show is? The county show is a social occasion for people who live in the countryside. They bring their best farm animals to the show to compete with each other. And it's generally a big social occasion where people meet together and they go and have a look and chat. It's all good fun, really.
Well, we're very fond of the Bath and West because they always make you welcome, and here you get free straw for the cattle, and everybody is helpful, and you get paid for the milk here, which you don't at some shows, and it's nice to meet your friends.
I wouldn't say it's a great social side to rabbits.
Well, no. You do meet a lot of...
meet a lot of people. We're all friends because we're in the same club.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well, I've been involved since I was 3 or 4. My parents were both very horsey. I'm planning to go totty hunting a bit later, but I gotta. Well, that's after I've jumped my class, because otherwise I'll run out of time. And I'll get in trouble by the parents because I haven't done my job properly. But plenty of time for everything.
Things have changed a terrific amount. Yeah, they really have. You know, things were a lot slower, and there wasn't the rush and tear that there is today. There wasn't, you know, and...
Well, donkeys are so intelligent. A lot of people don't think they are, but donkeys are so intelligent, it's unbelievable. They're almost as intelligent, I would say, as a dog.
We got one donkey that came from the middle of London. That got too much for his owner. We've got another donkey that came from Ross-on-Wye. We've got another donkey that's came in with another donkey, and then we've got another donkey that came with a little donkey that we've got.
Anybody standing there like you hasn't the faintest idea what we're talking about. It's all it's a word. What's the word?
No.
Other people wouldn't understand what we're talking about. They wouldn't. To watch the eggs being judged, people say, "How would you judge an egg?" But to some people, eggs are so important, and to get them just right, other people just eat them on breakfast.
No.
My main reason for being competitive is because I know the more I win, the more girlfriends I'll have. And the more girlfriends I have, probably the more I'll win, because the more support I'll get, just as I go in a big pressure class. So the idea is to keep winning and keep gaining lots of girlfriends at these shows.
So first prize goes to number 116, Bowsdown Alpacas, Oxfordshire.
The judge we've got today is from Peru, Dr. Julio Sumar, and he is one of the best regarded judges in the world, and he's come here especially from Peru to judge today. Only I think he's going to be here till midnight at this rate, so...
You're all in a line, and the judge is walking up and down behind you, and then walks up and down in front of you, and then he moves up and he pats or slaps on the back of the animal that's the winner, and that animal moves forward. So you're there, and he moves towards you. This is it. And then the bucker turns and goes up the other way, and then he comes back. And it's a terrific feeling when he slaps, and then the crowd all applaud. And it's great feeling.
Oh yeah, it's like a drug. It's like you've had a large scotch suddenly, and then you go on to having a whole bottle, and you keep coming back for more, and you want more, and when you get more, you want more, and you feel quite elated afterwards and really excited. Yeah, it's really good.
I think you could say that Show Me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser.
If you keep waterfowl, number one, you're going to need a pond. Especially if you keep white ones. But if you ain't got a pond, and you've only got little dishes and buckets, then everything's all mucked up. And then it's 10 times more work.
A little bit disappointing in the results because the best eggs for the show were actually duck eggs. And I did really well with my chicken eggs and got lots of prizes. But I've been beaten by duck eggs, so it's a waterfowl against chicken, which is disappointing.
You're trying to maintain a standard to get the ones which will go on to the next stage of breeding, and so it's constant selection towards perfection. Breed like rabbits, forget it. Hell no.
All the pigs here, of course, are pedigreed. We can go back generations. A pig without a pedigree is just a pig.
And there's no problems with the confirmation that any aspect of it. The animal is a well-conformed animal.
You do occasionally get people cheat. They use the same eggs for more than one show, or use them for quite a few shows in some cases, but you normally get caught out if you cheat. They hard boil the eggs so that they don't go off and use the same eggs again and again. Or
buy them.
Yeah, there may be people that buy them. I don't know. I don't buy my eggs personally.
No.
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 Not at all.
I've never shown eggs. Only when I was forced to once.
When you're checking out the competition, you wait until they all go back to their truck and trailers for their evening meal or whatever, and then you come up and have a good look round late at night in the twilight hours.
There are stories about cows that have been milked out and in the middle of the night, and bulls that have suddenly gone lame, and all this kind of capers, and blown up with wind because someone's put someone in the food or whatever. But I mean, that's a kind of their stories, and that happens very, very infrequently.
We've had one or two very slight instances over the last 5 years, but in the old days, when there was... I'm just giving an interview to a gentleman who's doing a TV series, Carl, and I'll give you a ring right back, all right? Okay. Sorry about that.
Thank you very much.
I don't think they'll ever die out. It may do in time, but because really, when you've got animals, little ones like to come and see it all the time. They always want to see a pig or a sheep or a rabbit. So that's all I'm going to tell you anyway. If you want to know any bloody more, you better sort that out yourself.
All green and slimy with googly eyes. Googly eyes and little thingies that go up in the air with round bits on the end. Antennae. Yeah, with a spaceship.
I don't believe in aliens, really. I don't believe in strange people and strange creatures and strange anything, because God wouldn't create anything that's not perfect and that's abnormal and strange.
No, I don't believe there's alien life on this planet. I believe there's something, but what? We don't know. But I believe there's something that we've not been told about that.
What do you mean if aliens existed? Aliens do exist. Everybody knows aliens exist.
I think if aliens existed, I would think they're about that small. Some of them, these are the good ones, that small, and they have quite a big head, and they're very good at sums, and they have small legs and arms.
I've no idea what aliens would look like. They could look like anything. There might just be a ball of gas, or an idea, or a particular coloured light.
The whole conspiracy thing about aliens is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, why on earth would they visit us to fly around in some farmer's back garden in the back end and beyond in Suffolk to just bugger off again? It just doesn't make sense whatsoever. And the whole thing about UFOs in the sky is just beyond me.
Well, what is a UFO?
You know what a UFO is?
What does it stand for?
I can't remember. Something. What is it?
An unidentified flying object. No, I've never seen one of those. I don't even know what one is.
So anything that you don't identify that flies past you is a UFO, isn't it? So basically, if it's a bird that you don't recognise, what's that? You get the book out, you can't identify it. That was a UFO, wasn't it?
No, you're being silly.
I've seen a UFO at a time when UFOs were being sighted in Lancashire. People were saying they had flying saucers going over the rooftops in a suburb of Bolton. And one news reporter claimed to have taken a photograph, but whether it was a genuine photo is another thing.
I came beginning of May in 1984 because it's a beautiful planet. You can see it from quite far. It looks very attractive.
It's not as striking, the difference that people expect when they ask, how different is it than home? I mean, you hate to lapse into this whole stereotype about how the English people are who live around me.
We have radionic equipment, which we call spiritual energy radiators, which have been in operation now for over 30 years. Every unselfish action is potentized by spiritual energy radiators.
You have here like shopping centers, which are like community centers nowadays. You have people on Saturday take their children to shopping center, like probably that's one of the elements of care and community programs they have now. They develop, strong enough medication so they can keep you quiet and you can just walk around and look at the bright, shiny things.
Yeah.
Makes you happy.
I mean, they make these models of aliens. I mean, how can they make models of aliens when they've never ever seen aliens? You know what I mean? Is that is that a fuss? You know?
Yeah, but
but is it?
Yeah,
you
but
know what I mean?
You're allowed to have that imagination, aren't you?
Yeah, but I mean, how can they mould an alien when they've not seen an alien?
Well, if somebody asks you what's an alien look like...
Well, I couldn't tell them because I don't know, because I've never seen one.
If they say, right, what do you think it looks like?
Well, again, I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't know.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have a go at saying, I think they might look like this, or...
Well, they could be 2 foot tall.
Well, I think a lot of the portrayal of aliens comes from people who say they've seen aliens or they've been beamed up by aliens. Some of these stories people come out with.
Do you think they are stories, or do you think they're true?
There's no doubt in my mind that these people have had an experience.
No, I think that's nonsense, to be honest. I think people have either had too much to drink or they've just got very imaginative imaginations.
I reckon they've been on some sort of wacky-backy type stuff, I reckon, if they're saying they've been abducted by it. So.
They glow in the dark,
The first few months in this country, I had to learn that you do not kiss everybody to say hello. And I did with the postman. I opened the door, there was the postman, I gave him a kiss on his cheek twice or whatever. And he was absolutely shocked.
I've loved the weather here. And I know that sounds crazy because everyone always complains about the weather here. Oh, it's very temperate. Living in the city, you hardly ever have a freeze. And when you do have snow, it's pretty and it melts when it hits the ground, which is ideal.
Yeah, I reckon there's quite a few of them roaming around the planet at the moment. And
Well, I think just the opposite. To be honest, I don't think at this particular time aliens do not exist. Until someone comes up with the proof that they are existing.
There's a lot of proof that they exist on other planets, isn't there?
You know, it may not be kind of like we might be looking at sort of, looking at things in other dimensions, other planes. Doesn't have to be travelling through long distances, things like the elves and the fairies.
wacky people. Wacky people. Real strange.
This is home, you know. Everything is a bit upside down, but that's the way it is.
But it's becoming level.
I've learned that it's very important to be polite.
Yes.
You have to remember to say certain amount of thank yous and sorries. You have to say sorry to people
Yes.
you shouldn't really say. You know, you walk on the street and there's a person walking in front of you.
Yes.
And suddenly those two people perform a dance saying sorry, sorry, you know, and you don't know which way to move.
Yes.
I think that was something which I felt a bit amused by that.
Yes. Mainly, I just watched Jeremy Paxman.
Now, as to whether they visited us or not, recently, I couldn't tell you. They might have. Who's to say they ain't here now?
My theory is we came from another planet.
It's just pants. I don't believe in it.
If there's something that annoys you, something that gets on your nerves, something that is the one thing that sets you off, that is a pet hate.
Pet hates. What I hate, pet hates. I don't hate too much. I'm annoyed by certain things, so can we go for pet annoyances? Yeah, instead of hates. Yeah, that's better.
Of someone someone who's a noisy eater.
Oh, yes.
That really annoys me.
Like that, Joan. Yes, like that. Oh, that's God. annoying. The pair of yous are annoying.
Very nice, though.
Please, you enjoyed it?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Very nice.
At the expense of our ears. Frustrating the life out of her. I burst a couple of blood vessels there.
I don't like that
Yes,
at all.
Joan, that's a pet hate. I've already got Doing it plenty. again?
Yeah, annoyances. Yeah, what annoys you? You. Okay, fine. I think that wraps up that question. Can we move on to the next one now?
No, let's elaborate. Let's find out why I find you annoying.
It is very self-righteous, actually. It is.
No.
You
No,
are.
I'm
You
not
always
having
think
that.
you're right.
No,
I like to get the last word.
No, that's not right.
Well, I think you do think you're right.
No, I've changed a lot.
But there you're doing it now, saying I'm wrong, so you're right.
Well, I'm hardly going to say, oh yes, I am self-righteous.
Not in a horrible way, though.
Oh, what's a nice way of being
I
self-righteous?
don't know, it's
then?
just you. I'm just used to you being like that.
Right. Self-righteous? No. No.
What do you think about speed cameras?
Eating?
Speed cameras.
Sorry.
Speed cameras.
Nope. Don't get it.
Do you know what speed cameras are?
Cucumbers.
I don't drive myself, but if everybody obeyed the rules, the traffic would go much better and everybody would get there quicker. Like on the motorways, this happened travelling back from Snowdon. We were sticking to the rules and regulations of 40 miles per hour and there were still cars coming past and I was shouting and cheering to the speed camera saying, get that one, get that one.
Speed cameras.
Bees, honey.
No, speed cameras. You know, to catch cars if they go. Yeah, speed cameras.
No.
Because I can't stand listening to the radio, because the radio I find really irritating. I can't stand just having loads of noise in my head. I hate that. I just like to have silence in the morning, and if there's any noise, it's just me talking to myself.
Sometimes when you're talking, I feel I'm coming in a bit too quick before you finish the sentence, and I'm thinking, We all do that. I shouldn't have done And that. the other thing is, And I need myself saying for doing the words it. for you. Say the words. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like people breathing down my neck. No, I don't like anybody breathing down my neck. And it makes the hairs on my back of my neck stand up if I can feel somebody breathing down my neck. Get back.
Drunk people. I hate them. They behave like a gang of wild animals who are not animals. They're loud, they shout, birds fly off. They're singing hip-hop song that doesn't make sense to anybody. And they're wearing these white trainers and walking like orangutans normally, yeah? The hands is forward, the bend, and they're going like...
It's just like if you're driving down the motorway, now they sling bleeding coke cans out the window at 60 and 70 mile an hour.
Do they?
Yeah, that's happened to me 2 or 3 times in the last couple of months. All of a sudden some practice slings a coke can out the window and it goes bouncing along and goes past your window about 70 mile an hour. And hope as you're driving along that the thing don't bounce on your motor, innit? Because you end up with dents everywhere. You end up with hammer finish. Hammer finish motor.
The best thing you can do is leave traces of poo in the way, because they're actually not looking at all on the ground, they're looking at the girls around them. They step on it, they walk with it, then starting to smell. So they blame each other and they look at the sole of the shoes and that's it. They've been hit by us. It showed them that you can be dangerous, but in a smelly way.
This is a funny question. What do you think your most unappealing habit is, both of you?
Energetic.
Unappealing habit.
Unassuming habits.
Unappealing.
I've no
Sort of
idea.
nasty habits. If you've got any bad habits.
None.
None.
Oh, no, we haven't any bad habits.
No.
Bad habits. When people say something, I pretend I haven't heard them, so they repeat it again. That's a bad
What
habit.
for?
Just do it. Dave's got some bad habits. He goes like that with his jaw. Really annoys me. Like,
Oh, Dougie does this? I mean, what good's that, anybody?
well, I don't know what Dave does. It's as if like his jaw's locked and he has to go.
God.
My habit is, and this
I
has
do
been
that.
explained to me by my children as well.
Yeah, this has been
When I
explained to me
say-
by my children.
When I say a joke, I go on to
Explain it.
What's that?
somebody's flushed the toilet upstairs.
I have a few bad habits. I tend to scratch a lot, and I also, unknowing to me, I tend to pass wind a lot when I'm in public, but that doesn't really worry me, because you've got to pass wind or you might blow up.
What's that mean?
Bad smells.
Yeah, that's natural, isn't it?
Not that much, isn't natural.
You've got that many bad habits. I don't know if we've got all evening to discuss them.
I don't think I have I? Hey? What bad habits have I got? Pardon you.
Pardon me.
Yeah, you can't not do it, can you? It's not like biting your nails, which you just do.
You don't have to force it so much.
Don't force it, just...
You do. Like that.
It's not true.
I hate spiders and I hate spiders and spiders and spiders.
As I say, I think we're being used by people. Our tolerance is being used by people for their own ends. I was most annoyed with the election of the last Labour Party. We weren't really bothered about what they did.
I'd like to be a bird.
I don't know, something like an Andean condor, lots of space, sort
Big
of
birds, prey, something like that.
soaring above the mountains and just looking down and looking for your dinner.
Nice big albatross.
No more like being reincarnated as a sparrow.
And birds go There we go.
I like to put food out for them, especially in the winter, because you see them in the trees and they're sort of looking a bit nonplussed, aren't they? But I put one of those peanut things out recently, thinking I was doing them a good turn, and it was like 10 weeks later, there was no visible sign of any nut disappearing, and I thought, well, what's this all about? I don't know.
How'd you open the bag?
Well, you don't open the bag, do you? They're supposed to go through the bag, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think bland comes into our eating. We're definitely, what would you say, gourmets or gourmands, whichever word it is. We like to indulge and enjoy the food, really.
And I think probably there's a good variety in what we eat: Thai, Indian, Chinese, French, Italian.
Yeah, whatever.
Traditional British.
As long as it tastes good, I'll eat it, really.
And the best of all, of course, is duck.
The only thing you can do is not to make eye contact, of course. As soon as you make eye contact, it just has you. I think it's because you're easy prey. You're a nice little bit of meat here. Nice and small, I could soon whip him round. Perhaps that's what they do. Think, he's quite vulnerable, I'll have this one.
When you're up a tree, you're head and shoulders above all the buildings, and you can see the contours of the land. There's something immensely liberating about that. And it's real freedom to be out there in the wind.
How do birds stay up in the air? It's all to do with aerodynamics, and that's far too complicated for me to go into now.
Some things aren't worth thinking about, are they like that?
Not all birds stay up in the air, do they?
No, they don't.
If you dropped an emu out of an aircraft, it wouldn't stay in the air, would it?
No.
The first time I flew myself, I was scared silly. But quickly started to enjoy it. It's not short of hard work. Every single day. Something new, something different, got to keep learning.
Birds stay in the air through magic. And there's all these scientists and naturalists who think they've got it sus, but it's all magic.
You think it's sort of Peter Pan, do you, Ian? Sort of they have a happy thought. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, birds are happy, and that's why they can fly.
It's brilliant. When you're flying down the M6, you can see truckers flash their lights and they see you. It's great. There's no better feeling, I think. It's really free. It's good.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling. Yeah. You gotta limber up, you gotta loosen up. You gotta get all that. You know what I mean? You gotta warm it up before you let rip.
Yes, I've never flown. Except I have jumped. I'm very brave at some things.
I don't like to take off, I like to land.
Me personally, I do like taking off. The pull of it, right? When you actually take off. Yeah, I do enjoy that sort of thing.
Taking off the surge, the acceleration, the noise, the shaking, and then, once you're airborne and everything's stabilised, perfectly all right. And obviously turbulence isn't much fun, but it's not usually anything to worry about. I've never flown in really bad weather or had a bad experience. If you've got that flying bug, then I don't think you really lose that.
It doesn't matter how many times you take off into a dawn or landing at sunset.
Yeah.
It's just a special thing.
I've got the best sense of direction. Anna's got no sense of direction. None at all, have you, Anne?
No, definitely not. No, I haven't got a clue on direction, how to get there, how to get back now. No, I haven't got a clue.
I could probably lose her around the block. She wouldn't be able to get back. Definitely not.
Oh, well, would we say we've got a good sense of direction? I mean, we're blokes, aren't we? Of course, we don't have to stop and ask for directions, ever. You never get lost, do you, blokey?
I've never been lost at all in my life. I've been temporarily misplaced from time to time, but never actually lost, so I'd say I've got a pretty good sense of direction as well.
Without landmarks, I'm lost. Without landmarks, I really am useless. And you take a right, and it's down there.
Myself, personally, I don't like flying because I don't like heights. But we've never actually ever been on what I'd call a long flight now. it's been 4 hours at the most, hasn't it? How I'd fare on a 7 or 11 hour flight, I just do not know. No, I don't think I'd handle it very well at all, to be honest with you.
Pigeons are vermin, man.
Skyrat's what I call pigeons.
You know what I mean? What we need is a few more peregrine falcons around London.
Sparrowhawks.
Sort them out, you know what I mean?
But it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, the areas we can go to. And yeah, it would be great just to be able to rort down London's high street, you know. Woohoo, check me out, everybody. I'm coming past your window. Oh, you know, that would be cool.
It's not the fear of flying, it's the fear of crashing. Well, people say they're frightened of flying, but they're not really. They just feel frightened of dying.
Funnily enough, I've only actually been flying about 4 times in my life. The last time I went to Italy in May, and that I found fine. I got over it, and I realised it was an irrational fear. But before that, it really was like a white knuckle ride. To be honest with you, I do have quite a few fears and phobias. I don't like heights either, but flying was a bad one for me for a while. But I'm fine with it now.
I don't think I've got a fear of heights. Maybe a fear of falling from a great height, but no, those being up on a high place doesn't give me the shivers. Other things do, but not heights.
Yeah, I've not got a problem with heights at all.
I actually fell through a couple of skylights on roofs, one at Bath Road at Brislington. I actually fell through the skylight and dropped through into the kitchen area. They weren't very happy though, not for the fact that I cut all my legs, it was for the fact that I had ruined all the dinner.
He had a bad accident about 2 years ago. Flying one, sort of crashed into the ground, didn't you?
Yeah. It was quite a turbulent day, and I started spinning, and I saw the ground coming up. I was going to crash near people, and broke my pelvis off.
Nasty.
The pelvis broke off, and it came up and it hit the first 3 ribs.
Did the ribs break as well?
Yeah.
They did. The pelvis broke the ribs?
Yeah.
Oh. Oof. Lucky it didn't hit your head though.
Yeah.
Actually, I find that one of the most relaxing sounds there is, birds singing.
Yeah, lovely.
I was wondering what you think about communication.
Communication?
It's a difficult one, that, isn't it?
Sorry?
I say that's a difficult one.
I wasn't listening.
No.
No.
Describe communication.
What is communication? Go on. No, that's a start, Smash. We do speak the language of it.
You've got the easy bit.
Let's do the question again.
I remember the question.
I mean, the only thing that you can say about me is I speak lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, and sometimes you can see this in the face of the people that are around, that I don't let them speak now.
Yeah, the Australian, not Australian, well, no, what a Russian or a French, I don't know what he was, I think. He come from a bloody broad, but he said what he's bloody talking about half of the time, but he could speak a little bit of Asian, but not a bloody lot.
I just can't imagine that from an UG we've got, such a, like French, for example. French is very sophisticated, isn't it?
Well, French isn't actually as sophisticated as UG, if you ask me, but there you go, that's my view of the French.
There are people that say that the French, aren't very sophisticated, and there's other people that say they are, but an UG, if the French language came from that, it's a bit surprising, really, isn't it?
It would be UG, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There's a thing of Newcastle where everybody's called man, even a woman. If you're talking to a woman, you're going, all right, man? I mean, if I'm talking to my mother, I'd say, who, man? But, I mean, that's my mother. My mother's not a man. But, so, doing here, I've said it a couple of times, and it just slipped out. I'll say, if it's a woman, or somebody pushes in, and say, who, man, who are you pushing? She, I'm not a woman, I'm a man. I say, now you're a woman, man.
Urban is the new language. Look at bling. Who's saying bling now? Everybody! Bling!
it's not just about the language, though. There's body language, isn't there, which is
There is body language, I suppose, which is universal.
And I can tell by looking at you right now that you're looking a little bit edgy, a little bit nervous, and even though I speak the same language as you, I didn't need to know that in order to tell that.
Would you agree that 80% of communication is non-verbal?
Just thinking about that one.
Well, you were looking at me then and communicating. You were frowning a little bit, so you were communicating, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
And I read your face to say that...
Yeah, I guess you could say, 80% is non-verbal.
Yeah. Well, it's 100%, isn't it, if you're a North Sea diver mending oil rigs?
I'm just not biting.
As far as communication goes when we're working sheep, it can either be vocal or whistle. So, to go left, and it goes round to the right, and that turns the sheep to the left. And that's how it works. It's communication between three different animals.
That's a cuckoo. That's a cuckoo that you can call a cuckoo in with that. That does that call twice, and then you have to wait, and the cuckoo that will reply back to you, and then you do it again twice, and that will bring the cuckoo all the way as close as you want. That you can call them in, and then of course you shoot them.
You know when a donkey's unhappy. If a donkey's bad-tempered, it will lay its ears right down like that. Bad-tempered. When they're happy, their ears are usually up or slightly forward like that. But if they're laid right down like that and they're swishing their tail like she is now, that's showing aggression. But their ears have got to be down, right flat on their body to show aggression. But normally they're straight up again, like hers, look. They're straight up, or just flopped out to the side. Like that, they'll flop them out to the side. You think they're up, but then they'll flop them out. But they're all up, pricked up, looking happy, like that. But that's the only thing, you've got to watch a donkey when she lays her ears right down like that.
Don't whisper things. Don't defeat the object.
Do you have communication issues between you?
No. We just don't talk.
It's all about knowing.
I tend to be quiet, don't I? I don't do much or say much if I'm...
Or you go, if you're angry, Wayne, you go, You always know, and I say to Paul, Wayne's got a grumpy on.
On your nose, look, see? Oh, that was a good one, wasn't it?
I always thought they were being aggressive.
No, that's showing affection. Now somebody should put your hand in her mouth, look.
I make noises usually in the place of words.
What kind?
You make up loads of
just
baby talk.
Yeah, in the middle of things and things like that. But you understand, don't you, Bab?
And you say things like, "I banged my knee."
All right.
I wouldn't recommend everybody to do it, but no, you put your hand in your mouth. Yeah, show her your tongue. Let's see your tongue. Come on. Show me your tongue. I want to see your tongue. There he is. Look, I got him. Come on, I want to see your tongue. There you go. There's your tongue.
They don't mind you doing that?
No, I wouldn't recommend it. No, I wouldn't say you do it, but no, they just trust me. You say that's what it is.
When you need communication, it doesn't matter that you don't speak the language or you don't speak because you are blind or you don't hear. It's something you need. Something you need to live. You need to communicate. You need to communicate with someone. Something you need. Always you need. There's something you need, or something someone needs and needs to communicate with you. So it's something really. It's really important. The communication is something.
You have to be positive. You have to talk. You must love one another. You must understand. You must communicate. You must read books. Yeah, for real, man. And we out. Peace. Yeah. Shut up, Brian. Okay.
Yeah, well, I've been like that. I've been cut like some people cut me like that. And you know, why are you speaking to Benny Fathom? Didn't saw you talking too loud today. I can't hear what you've been talking about. Then you got trouble. You should turn around and you must be bloody deaf then.